And bam, bam, bam. Up? What is up? And welcome back to Nando Talk. I just fixed my mic. How is it going? It is the playoffs. Game day. Dolphins versus Bills. We are here. We finally made it. Third time in 22 years that the Dolphins make the playoffs. Can Skylar Thompson and the defense lead us to that first win since 2000? And now reason I say and the defense is because this is not all on Skylar Thompson. Skylar, you are never going to hear this, but on the off chance that you do, like you said last week before the Jets game, you do not need to be the hero. You don't need to go out there and make every single play. All Skylar Thompson needs to do is play smart football, not turn it over, get it to our playmakers, get it open in space, and know what we have to do. We have to run the ball, run it down the Buffalo Bills' throats. That is their weakness. That is their place, the area that they seem to struggle in. So continue to feed it. Continue to force Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson down their throat. Continue to run it up on them. That's what I want to see from the Miami Dolphins. Play hard, physical football. The season is not over. Nowhere near that. It is only just beginning the playoff test. Once you get to the playoffs, records do not matter. The regular season is behind us. It is now the postseason. It is now the time to see what this Dolphins team is truly made of. And I am so excited for it. I'm excited to see what our rookie head coach is going to dial up in the playoffs, what he is going to be made of. Is he going to continue with his challenge woes? Is he going to continue dialing up plays? Is he going to make the necessary adjustments? Talk about necessary adjustments. That goes for Josh Boyer as well. As much as I want to see Mike McDaniel craft the perfect game plan for Skylar Thompson with the nice mix of running, quick passes to Tyreek and Waddle, allowing those guys to take it to the house, to generate the work, to shoulder the burden, to carry the load, whatever you want to call it. I need to see the same adjustments, the same masterpiece of a game plan from Josh Boyer, a man who has faced this criticism this season, who has his ups and downs, who the jury is still very out on. We don't even know what's going to happen with him in his future. But Josh, all of that gets erased if you have a defensive masterpiece today. I know this defense has the talent. Jalen Phillips, Christian Wilkins, Bradley Chubb, even. We traded a first-round pick for you. It is time to remind us why we made those moves, why we've invested so heavily on those pieces, and rattle Josh Allen. I am sick and tired of not generating pass rush with 4. I'm sick of having to rely on at times, frustrating secondary to play the stickiest of coverage, and then perfect coverage will always break down if you're not getting to the quarterback. Pass rush, get to the house, hit Josh Allen, rattle him. Contain him, though. Don't force him to break the pocket. Don't force it to bust through. This is Josh Allen, a big boy, a big body, a man who knows how to carve up defenses with his speed, with his size, with his insane arm throwing the ridiculous angles. Avoid all of that, okay? Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, come through from the sides and light this man up, okay? When you do force him to the outside, get a hand in his face, cause him to feel some pressure, and then I need a crazy secondary game, and we'll get to that, but fucking light, man. All right, we'll see how it goes now. All right, that's not going to work, but whatever. We need to continue to see not only a crazy dominant pass rush, a fierce pass rush with some nasty bite, nipping at Josh Allen this entire game, but we also need to see the secondary playing physical football. We're talking about Xavier Howard trying to finally round to form, whatever it is, regain that confidence, shake off those nagging stiffness, the little injuries, whatever it may be. Xavier Howard, a lot of this game is going to come to you, to what you can do against Stephon Diggs. In the past, we have seen X match up admirably against Stephon, who is one of the better route runners in the NFL, an absolutely dominant receiver when given the chance, okay? Stephon's a true wide receiver 1, and Xavier Howard, by all intents and purposes, is supposed to be a true cornerback 1. X, please, round back to form, lock up Stephon Diggs, and it'll go a long way to putting a lot of pressure off of this defense. Because Kader Kohu, Keon Cross, and Noah Benogany, those gentlemen are going to be asked to step up and guard shifty receivers like Gabe Davis, McKenzie, if he's playing, I've got to check that as well. It just hit at 11:30, so I can check the injury report in a second. Even Shakir White, if he gets in a little bit of doses, as long as Stephon Diggs is slowed, because I don't think he's going to get shut down, but if he is slowed, then you force Josh Allen to target a bunch of wide receiver 2s and 3s, and that is where we will win that battle, hopefully. Darth Cater has had a phenomenal rookie season as an undrafted free agent. It is the playoffs, though, so it's time to see what he can put up. We rock and roll with it. What is up, Tyler? It's been a while. How's it going, man? Hopefully your team is doing well. Oh, I know. You said you started watching, rooting for us to win. Let's go for a Dolphins win, guys. I talked about it the other day when I threw on my little tinfoil hat Thursdays. But a lot of stars need to align, and a lot of points need to align for the Miami Dolphins to have a realistic shot. We need to, boom, the offensive line has to show up. Teron Armstead was not listed amongst the inactives, so he's going to be a game time decision. They're going to see how he warms up, and that's going to go a long, massive way. As we're still banged up throughout the offensive line, lacking depth, if Teron is able to suit up and rock out with it, that'll go a long way to making sure we have a strong offensive line, which will in turn boost our run game, which we talked about with Jeff Wilson a bit, but Savon Ahmed as well is going to be stepping out with Raheem Mostert out. That broken thumb, not allowing him to continue, not allowing him to play in this game. A dang shame, because this man has run hard, played hard this entire season for these Dolphins, and it sucks a tad. But at least the Miami Dolphins are going to get to see Savon Ahmed a little bit better. Last week, he had 1 carry for 7 yards, showed a bit of burst, and whenever he's been deployed, he has had a bit nice acceleration, some nice speed. He's clearly ready and rearing to get some run in. So I say allow him to do so. Get him some more action out there, baby. Oh my days. I just noticed I got my homie Goofy out there. I got that when I was 3 years old. Picked it out from the mom's crib, and it's definitely staying in the part of the studio now. 20 years in the making. What's up, little goof? But back to the Dolphins tangent. All that's nice from the run game and all. Savon, Jeff Wilson, if those guys get over 100 yards, averaging 4 or 5 yards a carry even, that'll take a load of pressure off of Skylar Thompson. And it'll continue to remind him, hey, this game, it's not that it's not about you, Skylar. It's that football is a team game. Football is a time. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Teddy Bridgewater, he has that broken thumb. So I actually have to check if they allowed him to be a backup. If not, we have to roll with Mike Glennon. But he will not be able to start. I know that. Ooh, Teddy Bridgewater. Yep. Teddy B is expected to suit up as a backup. So that'll be reassuring in the sense just because the Dolphins have not had the biggest luck with quarterback health this season. And if Teddy Bridgewater is able to step in if needed, that'll be nice. However, I have to hope that we rock out with Skylar. You know, that comes to point 3. The running game, it'll be fine. It'll be awesome. But Skylar Thompson, while this might not all fall on you, while I do believe this is going to be a team effort with the defense, with the run game, with Tyreek and Waddle and Gesicki even stepping up and carrying a lot of this load, I know it's the playoffs, and I know you're a 7th-round rookie, but a lot will fall to you, man. A lot will be decided by Skylar Thompson. A lot will be determined by whether this man is able to stand tall in the face of all this pressure, all this adversity. And I'm not asking you to go out there and throw 4 or 5 touchdowns. I'm not asking you to go sling the rock, go toe for toe with Josh Allen. But Skylar Thompson, what I am asking is that you go out there and not turn over the ball. You go out there, and while it's nice that you spread it, find Tyreek, find Waddle, find the men who are going to do the most damage. Don't force feed it to them because, again, take care of the ball. But if you are not going to target the wide open playmakers or the playmakers who are trying to get themselves open, we know Waddle and Hill can make plays when needed, then this is going to be a longer game, a longer day than I want. You know, I need this to be a fight. Okay, Skylar, calm yourself, calm the feet, steady heart. We rock with it, Skylar. That you showed some poise. You're 25 years old, older than I am. Show that bit of veteran presence. And it's weird to say that for a rookie, but you do have an extensive amount of football playing time. Treat it as you would any other game. Hard to say in a playoff situation. We saw Brock Purdy last night get a little bit antsy, but he steadied himself. When we're talking about a 22, 23-year-old, Skylar, I have faith that you can find that same level of calm, confident poise and lead these Dolphins through and through to a nice little win. But what else do we need to do? Because it'll be nice if the offensive line, the run game, the receivers, they play their part. And we've talked about the pass rush getting in on Josh. We've talked about the pass rush doing the dirty work, making sure that Josh Allen is not neutralized, but definitely uncomfortable throughout the day. We have seen Josh Allen rip those big runs on us. Granted, while he has not had interceptions, we have forced him to fumble because of those big runs. So that'll be nice to see. Wow, that sucked. And we've talked about the secondary. We've talked about the corners in particular, doing their work, contending with those receiving threats. I want to see Eric Rowe on Dawson Knox. We saw Rowe out last time against Buffalo. And while Rowe has not been the best tight end killer that he has been in the past, he is miles ahead of what we are normally used to. So I ask of Eric Rowe, please do your best to neutralize Dawson Knox. He's got a lot to play for. He's a big play, but waiting to happen sometimes, especially near the red zone. But temper, Mr. Dawson Knox. And that's just another weapon, another item out of Josh Allen's arsenal. But speaking of Josh Allen, and speaking of the secondary, and speaking of safeties, we all need Javon Holland, and that's why I'm going to slap on that Holland jersey in a second when I go to Twin Peaks. We all need Javon Holland to come ready to play, busting out of the gate, whether it's deep in the secondary, whether it's up close to the line, stop and run plays. But mostly I need him watching for Josh Allen. I need him to be the man to spy big play Josh. We saw Javon when he briefly left the Bills game last time with that little scary neck scare, how quick the defense seemed to miss his presence. Javon Holland, one, please. I hope all of our Dolphins players stay healthy, but you especially. That neck brace was cool, but the reasons behind it were obviously not. So I need Javon Holland to stay healthy. I need him to stay on Josh Allen and patrol the middle of the field. Take it away, okay? From back end to front, take it all away, okay? Nothing over the middle. And when Josh Allen starts rearing up to go, I need Javon Holland right there in his face, ready to shoulder him down. Hopefully refs won't be a big problem with missed calls. There were a lot of that in the Jags versus Chargers game I saw. I was only there for the second half of the Jaguars game. I heard there was a lot of missed calls in the first half, so that does suck, and I do have to rewatch that game. I was actually at a little River Plate Millonarios game last night, which is why I'm getting a little sick. It was a bit cold in Miami. But it was an awesome soccer game, football game, but I'll talk about that on another day because today's the Dolphins' day. But I agree, Tyler, we need to see that the referees handle their business. It's the playoffs. There's nothing more frustrating in any sporting event when referees start to miss calls and affect the game. But especially in the playoffs, I want to see good officiating. I want to see the Dolphins and the Bills, whatever the score outcome may happen, it happened fairly. It happened justly, and I don't need to see any white and black stripes, any zebras, any referees impacting this game. This is not a ref show. This is a football game. So I'm down to rock with it. Hopefully there's some good calls, and we'll see with it. But that'll be particularly interesting, especially with PI calls. Cater Kohu, I like to call you my friend if I ever meet you. So my friend, Cater Kohu, Darth Cater, phenomenal season so far. But a little grabby. A little bit of a PI waiting to happen. Snip, snap, grab. The same thing I said to Skylar Thompson as a rookie. Calm down. Try to find that calm. Cater Kohu, you've had a phenomenal season. I don't think anyone is doubting the fact that you deserve a spot on this Dolphins team next year. And I'd probably as a starter at that, barring any ridiculous corner acquisitions that we get via trade or through the draft or through signing. Cater Kohu, I'm very happy to see you to be a Dolphins for a long time to come, and I'm pretty sure that's going to have to be the jersey slot over there. But as I wrap up this video, because I'm about to get scooped up to go to Twin Peaks, Kader Kohu, I believe you are going to have yourself a freaking game. Okay, undrafted free agent, Division II, Texas A&M Commerce. You've already done your school proud, your family proud, your city proud. It is time to continue growing on this Miami Dolphins career. If Kader Kohu could be the one who finally gets some interceptions on Josh Allen, a man who has historically had the Dolphins number, Kader Kohu, you will continue to entrench yourself as one of the best rookie we have seen on the Dolphins in a long time. And especially as an undrafted free agent. At first I said, what we've seen from Kader is kind of like what we saw from Nick Needham, that fiery chip of an undrafted free agent playing above what he's supposed to, what above his expectations. But Kader Kohu, I'm starting to compare him almost more to a young Xavier Howard in the sense that grabby, hands, lot of penalties, was the only knock on Xavier Howard coming out of Baylor in the second round. They said if he cleaned up his hands, cleaned up his technique, he'd develop and blossom into this phenomenal corner. And midway through second year of Xavier Howard's career in the Dolphins, something just clicks and he figures it out and he becomes this lockdown man. And I'm hoping that Kader Kohu, something happens for him that as well in his second year. But it's even cooler for him because he is an undrafted free agent, guys. I'm hoping this kid has this hunger in him, this yearning to continue to hone his craft, which I'm sure he does. I'm sure Sam Madison is excited to continue to play with him in the offseason. But in this game, in this moment, Kader Kohu, if there is anyone in the NFL who somehow doesn't know your name yet and your story, today is the day you put them on high alert. Okay. It's a fun time indeed. Kader, again, is a guy who I don't think is playing with a lot of pressure. What he's done this season is phenomenal. It's admirable. And I think we're going to continue to see greatness from him today. From this entire Dolphins defense and from this Dolphins offense as well. We are ready to see the greatness in action, ready to rock. That's all I know. Guys, it has been a phenomenal time. And I am going to go watch the game at Twin Peaks. It's a nice bar, kind of the same concept to a Hooters, but a little classier. Great drinks, great beer, a little 30-degree beer. I'm going to get myself a nice little dirty blonde or, a nice little, a dirty blonde. It's a nice beer. It's kind of like a Blue Moon. It's a nice wheat beer. Get a man size, a nice 23 ounces. Probably start off with a nice Jack Daniels shot like I always do before a Dolphins game if I'm going to Peaks. I think some of my buddies are going, but I'm going with my dad and my brother for sure. It's going to be a fun time, guys. Ready to cheer on this game. Let me just put on mute for a second. All right. I just asked my dad was here like 5 times. Nobody answered. So it's whatever. But I think this is the wrap up of the show though, guys. I will be seeing you guys very soon. I'll be probably posting some shorts at the bar. So there's a lot of Dolphins action, lively place. And hey, like I always say, ready to put the homer hat. We're ready for a win. Fins up, chins up. And remember, guys, no matter what happens today, no matter what the score is, be happy that the Miami Dolphins made here through the injuries, through the adversity, through all the hits we've faced, through a rookie head coach and his trial and errors, through our starting quarterback going down, through a carousel of offensive line, through our secondary being decimated since training camp, to Byron Jones never even appearing, to our running game shifting around, training for players, fitting them into the lineup, playing with a 7-round rookie quarterback. And now here we are, a story to tell and a moment for the ages. If the Miami Dolphins beat the Buffalo Bills today, I am buying my ticket to Kansas City and heading over, ready to rock, ready to go. I'm ready to see it, and I hope you are all as well. Thank you for tuning in to Nando Talk. It has been an absolute pleasure, everyone. And like I always say, fins up, chins up. Hopefully I see you on the other side with the Dolphins win. I will be doing a breakdown of the game afterwards when I come back, but I'll probably have to sober up first. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all. Bada bing, bada bam.